What's up, everyone? I'm Rick Knight. Welcome back to another video here at The Bad Philosopher. Okay, so a little controversy in the Democratic Party in Virginia. The governor there, Ralph Northam, has recently come under fire for pictures that emerged of him back in medical school in 1984, of him dressed up as, I believe it's Michael Jackson, with black face paint on and standing next to another individual who's dressed as a Ku Klux Klan member. Now, the governor has admitted to that being him, and then he took it back and said that it wasn't him. However, he did dress up as Michael Jackson with the black face on another event for like a talent contest or something like that. So first he said it's him, now he's saying it's not him, and then he said but he'd done it before. So pretty much, yeah, he's kind of guilty of that. But here's the issue that I have with all of this. If his intent wasn't to let's not forget this is 1984, and I have to be fair. In the same way I said about the Kavanaugh case, then I stand by Kavanaugh, and I've said that you are digging in the crates for something that happened in the 1980s about him and his yearbook photo, and he was drinking and partying like an idiot as a young man. And, he's not the same person as he is today. It's not the same Brett Kavanaugh. He's a completely different individual. And we should stop holding people to a standard of their old standard of themselves from 20 and 30, 40 years ago. It's ridiculous. And I will stand by this governor with that same thing, even though he's a Democrat, and I'm completely against the Democratic Party. But I don't want to contradict myself, so I will say that this is ridiculous. That was in 1984. Get over yourself, liberals. Enough already. With that being said, I do understand why people do get upset over people wearing the black face painting. It is something that can be a little upsetting to a lot of people. Not saying that it's a smart idea to do that, and also to wear Ku Klux Klan outfit also isn't a very wise decision. I see where people would be upset about something like that. As an American Jew, even though I don't believe in any of this nonsense, I'm here with my Torah next to me anyway, by the way. I don't even know why I have this if I don't believe it, but it's just here. Every Halloween, pretty much every Halloween, I see somebody dressed up as an Hasidic Jew or rabbi or something, and I understand that they're just trying to poke fun at us and have a good time, and they don't really mean it. Most of the times, their intent isn't to be anti-Semitic or anything. They're just doing it for the gag and to have a good time, and I usually laugh along with them because once I have a conversation with them and I realize that they're not. There's no bad intent in this. They're just trying to have a good time, and they thought it'd be funny to dress up as an Hasidic Jew. And look, you can poke fun at us, and if you're not coming from a place of hate, if you're just coming from a place of humor, then I don't mind. It's just a silly thing to be mad at, and the same thing with this whole black face painting thing. Enough already. It's kind of nonsensical at this point in the game. And this was 1984. I mean, who the hell cares? But the fact that he denied it, and then he said it was me, then he said it wasn't me, but I have done that before. I mean, the whole flip-flopping, and he just looks terrible, and now the Democrats in Virginia want him to step down, and they're all working against him, and this is going to be a shitstorm for him, and he walked into it. He did it to himself, so I don't feel bad for him. But more importantly, he made some really bizarre comments recently about late-term abortion. I mean, this was super late-term abortion. This is the latest term abortion you can have. This is after the birth of the child, deciding if the child could be basically executed under certain criteria. Let me be fair. He was saying that if the baby is born deformed, then between the deformed or other issues that will prohibit proper functions of a human, then the mom and the physician and multiple physicians would be involved in making this decision about putting the baby to sleep. How often is a baby born where we don't know we don't know beforehand that there's going to be a problem with the baby? How often is it's just surprised the baby's born and the baby's deformed? Now, most of the times when that happens, it is a malpractice situation, so that's something the doctors need to correct and get together, get that aspect together. But my thing is, who says we should only be able to do this to a newborn baby? What if I have a 1-year-old baby? Can I have my 1-year-old baby put to sleep because the baby was born deformed or with a severe handicap? What if it's a 10-year-old or a 20-year-old? I mean, why stop at 1-year-old? Who gets to decide the age? Or why stop at a newborn? Who gets to decide the age of the individual that we get to put to sleep? We all know that the liberals won't allow us to put to sleep mass murderers and rapists and serial killers, they defend their right to live when they've committed heinous crimes, and they shouldn't have the right to live. But a newborn baby who hasn't done anything other than being born, unfortunately, severely disabled or deformed, they want to advocate, or at least this governor does, wants to advocate for the death of the child. What happens if the mother doesn't want to kill the baby? What if she wants to take the baby home and come back a day or two later and then decides she has a change of heart and she wants the baby put down? Is there a form of buyer's remorse that she could bring the baby back to the hospital and they could put the baby to sleep? What if she waits 6 months, 3 months, or 9 months, or 1 year? Where does it stop? Where do we draw the line? And who gets to draw the line? If you say, you have 24 hours to bring the baby back, or, after you leave the hospital with the baby, or we cannot do the procedure. What if I said, but I want 25 hours? I want 26 hours, right? I want 48 hours. Who gets to decide this? This is insane. This is a sick and twisted practice that shouldn't even be brought up. I mean, there's just no way anyone should stand for this. And I noticed that the liberals are not going too hard on this case. They're not really out there speaking about this. They're trying to sweep it under the rug, and they want to act like he never said that. Also, they're not going too hard to get him to resign. Some people are, but most of them are not really going as hard to get him to resign for his recent pictures from 1984. But they did with Brett Kavanaugh. They wanted him to resign for his yearbook, what happened in his yearbook, and the lies against him of being a rapist. Meanwhile, it was 3 women accusing him. 2 of them already, I believe, came out that they completely lied. And the last one, the main one, which is Dr. Ford, who couldn't remember anything other than it was Brett Kavanaugh who grabbed me. He grabbed me one day when we were at a party and he was drunk. And the liberals went crazy. They ran around with the hair on fire. And now here we have might be an actual picture, and he did admit that he did at least one time dress up as Michael Jackson with black face paint for a talent contest or something, and I don't see the whole liberal media going crazy like they did with Kavanaugh. If it wasn't this big blockbuster moment in our political system like it was with Justice Kavanaugh. Okay, so let's go to the actual article. This is from Fox. I know some of you are not a big fan of Fox. I'm just not a big fan of any of the news media corps, to be honest with you. I also read this in the New York Times. Both of them are pretty much similar in a lot of the information that they gave out. I'm going to go here to the Fox. This one was about Trump slamming the Virginia governor for his racist pictures. Again, I don't know if I want to go as far as calling it racist, because if his intent wasn't to be racist, if his intent was to fit the description of Michael Jackson, and he did the black face painting thing to try to, look the best he can, and it wasn't to be racist towards people, we really shouldn't demonize him for that. If you're, if you're wearing black face paint because you need to fit the costume you're wearing and there's no intent, racial intent, we should stop being so butthurt about it. Of course, if you are doing it to poke fun at them or to be racist, then yes, people absolutely have a right to be upset about that. Again, when I meet people that are dressed as like an Hasidic Jew on Halloween and their intention is not really to hurt our feelings, they thought it was funny and they're dressed like us. I laugh it off with them. Now if they have intention or dislike towards us, and then it's something different. Then we can have a problem with it, and that's a whole nother conversation. But nowadays, just to be safe, don't paint your face black. It's just, that's it. Just don't do it. If you do it, you're an idiot. Pretty much, you're asking for it. So let's move down. Let's see. So Trump tweeted it to the Democratic Governor Ralph Northam of Virginia, just stated, I believe that I am not either of the people in the photo. This is what the governor said. This was 24 hours after apologizing for appearing in the picture and after making the most horrible statement of super late term abortion. Yep, he did say that, and here it is, him saying that he did dress as Michael Jackson in a talent contest. So let's go further down and read some of the things that he said. The president also appeared to make reference to Northam's comments earlier this week about a controversial abortion bill that one sponsor said could allow women to terminate a pregnancy up until the moment before birth. right before the moment before birth, like her water breaks and she's dilated and she decides she doesn't want the baby and they'll abort the baby. It's so bizarre that people would think that this is okay. Like, this is not okay. We're not talking about a first term abortion. You're a couple weeks pregnant, and you decided it's just not a good idea, and you're gonna have the abortion. I don't want to fight anyone on that issue, but because I feel people should be more responsible, and you shouldn't put yourself in a position where you're pregnant in the first place if you don't want a baby. You should be a little more responsible. I have children. I understand. I have 2 kids from the same woman. I've never knocked anyone else up because I'm responsible. And that's it. I don't want to impregnate another woman. I don't want to have any more kids, so therefore I'm not going to have any more kids. It's that simple. Stop being so irresponsible in the first place. Take some responsibility. The moral thing to do is to not put yourself in a position where you would need an abortion, or got a woman pregnant and now she needs an abortion, because the man has the very same level of responsibility as the woman. Like, you impregnated this woman, and if she gets an abortion, you are 50% to blame for this. So we need to stop doing this collectively. Men and women need to stop doing this, and they need to stop putting themselves in the position where they were even considered an abortion. Plain and simple, right? The responsibility lies with us first. So let's go further down. So in the particular example, this is not what. This is what he said. So in the particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated, if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physician and the mother. And he also said it'll be multiple physicians involved, not just one. So they'll get a collective of different minds to put together, different medical professionals, and they'll make the decision along with the mother and the family. To kill a newborn baby. It's so bizarre that they would think that this is even okay. Like, this is not okay. This is a newborn baby. This is a creature that's alive. It's in front of you. This is not a woman who was, just told the news, okay, you're a few weeks pregnant, and right now, whatever's inside you, it doesn't have consciousness. It's not self-aware. It doesn't feel pain. That's one thing. I don't want to have the argument over abortion, but that's one thing. But to say that a newborn baby or a mom who's 9 months pregnant and you're going to go for an abortion, this is sick. It's sick and twisted. It's so bizarre that these people think it's okay. It's not okay. This is not okay at all. I'm glad I walked away from them. I'm glad I walked away from the left a long time ago, and that I don't want anything to do with them. But I read somewhere here that amongst the Democrats in Virginia, like, they're all going crazy right now. The whole party is all. I'm scrolling up on the side over here to see if I can find the paragraph that said that their whole party it's like their party's in limbo now or something like that, all because of the controversy of the black face paint. Not because he wants to kill newborn babies, though, but because of the face paint, that they don't know what to do. If that's all it takes for your party to be in limbo and to be, all messed up like that, I don't even know what to say. I'm trying to find it. I don't see where it says, but I definitely read that it was reported that the party right now they're all over the place, all over this. If that's all it takes, then your party was shot to begin with. But all right, well, that's just what I have to say on this. So to recap everything, Trump has tweeted out about him, not only about his a late term abortion that the governor Ralph Northam wants to do, a super late term. The latest term you can abort is when the baby is born, and he also is now taking back him saying that was him in the pictures with the black face paint standing next to someone with a Ku Klux Klan outfit. But then he said he's done that before for a contest, a talent contest, where he went as Michael Jackson. So we know that years ago in the 1980s, he liked to paint his face black. And we know that right now in 2019, he's into killing newborn babies if the mother and the doctor decide that that's the right thing to do. And this whole situation is bizarre. People, if you're out there, if you're listening and you see this is what you get from the left. This is what you get from the Democrats. And do the right thing, stand up, and hashtag walk away from them. I will see you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell. There's going to be a link to this video in the description. And I will see you guys next time.